just got an order from Taco Bell. Oops, this thing's hard to hold. I'm going to get a Taco Bell order for about 2 weeks now because I wanted to try one of these wild strawberry freezes. I haven't tried it yet. It's actually half gone because I spilt it all over myself. This is going to be a gross delivery right now before I get to go home and clean up. I dropped it. Jesus Christ. Right as I turned coming out. So, there's strawberry freeze on my lap. I'll go deliver this and go change my pants. But still, well, let's give it a try. It's strawberry and it's got the seeds in it, making it the wild strawberry. I have a feeling I know what this is. Obviously it's strawberry, but I think I know what they did. It's kind of a cheat, if you ask me. Yep. It's a cheat. There's talking about the strawberry's good, quite tasty. It's the same strawberry as strawberry Skittles. And seeds are the seeds from the watermelon freeze they had. So they just put seeds in it and changed the name. Not even strawberry seeds, they're watermelon seeds. And they're hard candy pieces. I had one there. It's a good one. I'll get it. I still think the Baja Blast freeze is better, but it's a nice tasty freeze, but they cheated on the name. And I've noticed while driving around doing these Grubhub and Postmate orders and whatnot, I had noticed Chinese restaurants were closed. They weren't participating in, getting orders and stuff. I talked to my neighbor the other day about it, and just yesterday or the day before, suddenly they started opening. I figured they were closed out of like a fear thing. I don't know, because China and people are weird, and they might, but they're opening again. So I don't know what that was. I don't know if you had that in your cities, where you saw that they were closed then opened, but you couldn't order. I'm not talking Thai food, Taiwanese, Vietnamese. It was the Chinese restaurants, the real standard Chinese restaurants, the mom and pop ones. Panda Express was open, of course, but that's Panda Express. That's American food. I don't know if you noticed that. It was just an observation I made and found it to be interesting. Well, I do have something else I want to say, but I got to get this delivered and then my pants changed. So we'll talk later about something I saw on YouTube that was just weird. Saw some interesting stuff on YouTube yesterday. Actually, pretty weird stuff. I thought it was weird. Weird for me. But first, I got to mention why it took me so long to get to the strawberry freeze. I figured I would wait till I got an order at Taco Bell because I just didn't want to wait in their line. Because you can only go drive-through now. I didn't want to wait in the line just to get one freeze. I figure I'll get a Taco Bell order any day now, and I can get paid for waiting in line and then buy it. So anyways, while I was out working, I saw it was on. George Senda went live for his birthday. Well, I don't know if I'll do a whole video on this. I might just clip some of the parts that I really, really liked. I don't know what I'm going to do. But this is worth just mentioning. It was his live birthday show. He starts off upset that he was given money, but not enough money to buy salad, soda, wings, and a pizza. So they had to settle on salad, soda, and a double order of wings. I don't know how much wings are or how many come in order. But then we saw him like this for the entirety of the video. Now, I was driving around and I missed half the show listening. I've now caught up and seen most of it. I want to really watch it and see the chat. But I heard a lot of it, and basically, from what I was able to gather, he and I did watch a lot of it last night. But he got his order, and he began eating. And for 2.5 hours, he ate and talked to people. And that was it. He ate wings. Constantly ate wings. He got two orders of wings. I don't know how many. I'd like to. Someone should go through that. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. Count how many wings he puts in his mouth. I don't know how many he got. Did he get 24 wings? 2 dozen orders? I don't know. He had a lot of wings, but he covered them in barbecue sauce. Grabbed a jar of barbecue sauce. They already were saucy wings, but he grabbed his Sweet Baby Ray's and poured it all over his wings like he does. And as you can see, it's all over his face, his shirt, everywhere. The most disgusting thing is he would eat a wing, okay, then he would stick his hand into the barbecue sauce and lick it while talking to people. Just, I mean, I'm surprised he just didn't start lapping it up like a dog. It was so, I mean, yeah, I like the barbecue sauce, but, you know, you don't just put your fingers in it and start eating it. You eat the food and anyways, it was gross. Archie got a shout out. He said Archie was a good boy. And he said, he said a prayer for Howie and said he loves him. Because he was trolled. Very good. There's some real solid trolling going on in this show. A guy named Glock Panther. I don't know who he is. It's a mysterious guy. Seemed like a good guy. But he told him that his cat Archie was there and he likes curling up next and sniffing his rusty trombone, which, if you don't know what a rusty trombone is, it's a sex act that involves the butt. And then you reach around, and then if you can picture where the mouth is and the hand is out, and it looks like you're playing a trombone. That's why it's called rusty trombone. Anyways, and he kept talking about, Archie just grabbed. George thought the rusty trombone was literally a rusty trombone, so he thought it was funny. And he said, Archie sounds like a good boy. It's such a cute cat. So, yeah, I'd like to cut those out, just him just praising Archie. And then he said he found an old cat named Howie. But Howie's going to have to be put down. And so George kept saying, no, save Howie. Let's pray for Howie. We love Howie. It's great. It was so good hearing George say, we love Howie. That amused me. And then, of course, he gets one donation from South Africa for like 75, I don't know, it was a huge looking donation, but it came from South Africa. I Google translated it. It was $3.43 or something like that. So he got his donation one, and at one point he said that it was pretty sad that he gets a donation from South Africa, yet Americans won't donate to him. And he ends the show saying, well, it was a birthday show, and if I was to go watch a live birthday show, I would at least donate because I'm considerate. And he ends the show basically calling his viewers, once again, a bunch of cheap sons of bitches. He's done that. So this thing, and as I'm getting home, I'm like, I got to get in on this. So I lost all my emails, or not all my email, all my accounts. Every once in a while, I'll create an account. I was all you can eat chicken and crab. I was Flugel, all the banana split names in one. Archie Face for a while, several, and I just was like, I'm going to create Seymour Butts, and I'll go in, because he's not going to catch it. He's not catching these names. There was Mike Hunt in there, and all the names. He's not catching anything. He didn't catch the references to golden showers, that Archie likes to sleep in the Dutch oven, and that's so cute. It's like, that's kind of gross. But, he wasn't catching anything the trolls did, so I knew I'd get in. My problem is I've had so many so many Yahoo YouTube accounts. I'd let them, after they're gone, I lose the emails and I get banned every time. Within 3 shows would be my max when he was going live. Because eventually, I'm just a smartass. I can't play the games like Glock Panther and Mike Hunt and all the really good ones can do. I mean, they can get in there and talk to George, keep it going, and they start, and then, I don't know, he's like, one guy made a joke about Mel's hole being up someone's, I forget what the joke was. It mentioned a colonoscopy, and George didn't like that at all, so he put the guy on timeout, and he came back apologizing. I'm just such a dick that I would do it again or something. I always get banned, always. I'll call him a liar at some point or something. And these are simple things, but they get me banned every single show. So I have to create a new one. So I get home, I start creating a new one, and the show ends. I'm like, okay, well, I'll create that one. If he ever goes on in the future, we'll have Seymour Butts go visit him. So then I saw another live was on. I don't know if she wants me to say, because it was weird. This was weird to me. I've never gone into this, what they call it a community. I guess they call it the drama community. A lot of people talk about themselves being part of a community. I know the storage auction people call it a community. Comic Tom calls the comic book community his little circle of friends. But I've never been really in a community. I've heard, Jason has referred to the food review community. Because I guess these people talk to each other. But I don't do anything consistent that would, and I don't really know any other YouTubers, but like Jason and some people I've been meeting recently. It's not like I can go on like Comic Tropes when he runs a live. You say hi and you get a hi back, but you're not going to get to, I mean, these people have like tens of thousands of viewers and more, and things go by too fast. You can't talk to them. The people I like, gosh, try and go to a Carpetbagger live and get him to have a conversation with you at all. It's not going to happen. And not because he's mean. He's a wonderful guy. It's just, he'll see your name, might answer one question, and 500 more messages come up before you get your next one in, and he might miss it. So I'm not in a community per se, but they call themselves the drama community, and I seem to get mad when people call them out for stuff, but they're calling people out for stuff. It's a strange thing because I tuned in and they're watching a replay of an old video, and the people who were live were just laughing their asses. I didn't get what they were watching. They were supposedly watching a parody, picking on, or maybe they would say not picking on, just parodying, but a parody's a picking on. Might not be mean, but it is picking, in my book. But they were watching this, and then it got kind of interesting. I'm like, okay, well, I'll put that on and let it run for a minute or a few minutes to see what the hell this is while I do something else. I was going to read some Daredevil. And all of a sudden, the person that is in and this was from a long time ago, this thing. They're just watching an old video and laughing at it. And the person who was being parodied popped in, mad as hell, saying, all right, I got it. Yeah, that hurt before and it still hurts, Really mad about what was happening. And they offered her, they said, what was the term? Again, that's not my world. So, it might end up, I'm kind of like Joe Rogan here, I'll explain that in a second. But they say, take a link. That's what they kept saying, take a link. I guess that meant come and talk to us. To me, it means go get a hot link, but and I can't. All the hot dog stands are closed. I want a hot link. Anyways, I take a link, and she takes a link. But then it got to be, I realized what I'm watching is none of my business. It's none of anybody's business. Because there is a fight between the girl who took a link and some other guy, and they're talking about that. And he wants to come in and take a link and talk to her about it, and she says no. And that's going on. What if we do this? Will you do it then? Wow. We're watching basically kids push each other, making them fight on the playground. But hell, I'm going to watch it. Because I'm not ashamed. I'll watch. I'm a voyeur. I'll watch it. If I was in Tijuana, this is a Joe Rogan joke, but it's true. He says, if I'm walking down the street in Tijuana and I see a big sign that says dudes and donkeys, I'm going in. I'm not into dudes. And I'm not into donkeys. But I did not want to be 70 years old thinking, now what was the look on that donkey's face? You know, you're going to do some weird shit. I'm going to watch. It's just human nature. And they were just, and I know, I'm watching this going, everybody is arguing stuff that's none of their business and coming up with, but I did it. I did too. I'm not above it. So I'm not saying they were bad or I'm better. I did it. And it was weird to do it because it was like, okay, I guess if everyone's supposed to throw in their 2 cents worth. So I'm watching this. Finally, the dude comes in and the lady is really cool. She looks like she's a new subscriber. I kind of like her. I don't know her, never watched her before. She seemed to be someone that was a big name and is now not because of all kinds of things, and I don't even care. She seems nice enough now, and that's what I judge her on. I met her now, and she seems cool. I don't know if she wants me to say anything because she didn't have any content, so I would plug her, but I have no viewers, and she has no content, so what good would it do? So anyways, they're fighting. He finally comes in, and apparently he is upset because she got flowers. This is months ago she got flowers. And she thought he sent them to her, and he claims he didn't. And apparently he thinks she told someone that he sent them to her, and she knew it. And he said, what did you tell, I don't know, Goldilocks, or whatever her name was. We'll call her Goldilocks. And the gal says, I told her that I think you sent the flowers. And then he turns and goes, well, Goldilocks told me that you know that I sent the flowers. So is she lying? And she was like, no, Goldie, I don't know. Are you saying she's lying, is what he said. So are you saying she's lying? And I'm watching this, I'm like, no, she's not saying that. She's saying what she thought happened. And she doesn't know what Goldilocks told you. So how can she know anything else? I mean, you're twisting this logic. It's absolutely, I mean, this is, I don't know, just basic. You can't argue like that if you have any abilities. Just it kept going on and on. Are you saying she's lying? I'm not, and basically I saw her side. It's like, I'm not saying shit about her. I'm saying I think you did it. And then the argument became, and I don't know why I'm going on this, but then the argument came, said, well, you could always find out who sent the flowers. So I start typing in, no, you can't always. They're like, well, you could call the florist and find out where the flowers came from. I'm like, first of all, right now you can't. No florist is open. And even, and I couldn't get all this, I didn't type all this in. I go, you can fake who it's coming from. Trust me. Now, I pranked Senda enough. I know if I wanted to, and this would be a good prank, I'm just not going to spend the money to do it. Pretty sure I know Patty's address. I sent her a Christmas card that in it mentioned that I wanted her to see a web page. The Patty files where Senda and Kathy are just saying the most vile things about her. I mean, everyone's wanted her to just look at it, know what they say about you on YouTube. They say terrible things. They say she raped Kathy, that she helped and participated in a rape. And Kathy's like, yeah, she did. Oh, well, so whatever. I mean, these are all things that have been said. It's a whole Senda world is a whole shit show itself. But I'm like, I could, if I wanted to, if the florists were open, go down to a florist, send flowers to Patty, say they're from George's address and George, and pay cash. And they're pretty much not going to ask anything. They're not going to say, that's not you. I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm just here on vacation. I want my girlfriend to get some flowers. So let's, go through FTD and send some flowers. I'll pay cash. They're not going to ask for ID now at that point. They don't care. So nobody's, I mean, you can call and they would tell you the person who sent it. Could be right, could be wrong. It can be faked. There's no proof ever there. Then he was upset. He wanted to know, prove the flowers were sent. And then it turns out it's not even that. But it was all this about, I mean, in the middle of it all, he suddenly goes, well, I need to get Goldilocks in here. And I finally decided I'm going to pop in with that one too. And it's like, why the hell do you need an unrelated third party to take care of this for you, grow a pair, and handle your own stuff? And that kind of got a good reaction. But, you know, everyone's like, yeah, why do you need it? You're dealing with someone one-to-one. Be a man. And he was not a man. He was male, but you're going to whine about stuff for months after like that. And I guess his big complaint was, it was disrespectful to my wife that you thought they were from me. Pussy. But anyways, that was most of the show. Turns out, you know, and then one more thing I would say to the people, there was a lot of people for whatever she did. Apparently she faked a malady for sympathy and money. George would do that. George has not, has he ever he faked a robbery. So I've dealt with that stuff, you know, and we proved it fake. It was easy enough to do. He said Kathy was robbed in Walmart by a black man. So I called that Walmart, and they said that did not happen. And other people called that Walmart. And another guy I know actually called the head of security for Walmart because he's a friend. And then he called up George, because he was at least friendly with George at that time, and said, hey, George, I've got head of security I'm talking to with Walmart Corporation. They're going to look into this for you and help you get your money back. And that's when George would put up a GoFundMe and everything. And he said George just on the phone goes, oh, no, don't do that. And you hear Kathy in the background screaming, this is all your fault, you asshole, to George. So yeah, he faked that one. So it's easy. I mean, I've seen dealings with that stuff. It's easy enough to find out and prove. But what was wrong was, I mean, I guess she faked a malady. It was cancer. And I think she's come clean. She doesn't do those things. George still looks for scams. To the best of my knowledge, this young lady does not do those things. She has made amends as best she can. Some people will accept them, some people won't. I was not affected, so I don't have to accept or deny, you know. And apparently some people, this is the main thing I want to get to, is some people were upset because they had relatives who were affected by cancer, living or deceased. And that is sad, it is tragic, but really it's an unfortunate coincidence. And I don't want to belittle what happened to them. But I would like them to ask themselves, are you just as angry if the disease she faked, or the malady, I guess, I don't know if cancer's technically a disease. You don't really catch it. I don't know if you have to catch a disease. I'm not positive. I'm not a medical person. I mean, you get it, but you don't pass it. So is disease passed or disease? Like diabetes, is there maladies? They're definitely maladies, so that's the proper word. So let's say she faked something else, AIDS, diabetes. That's not terrible. A lot of people have it. You can live with it. But anything, you know, nothing I can think of offhand that's just as devastating. There are things. Would you be as upset if it didn't have a personal connection? And if so, then maybe you might want to think about that. Are you upset with what she did, or are you upset that it's just an unfortunate coincidence that she picked a disease or a malady that personally triggers you? I wanted to ask those things. I mean, these people will probably, some of them will watch this, some won't. But that would be what I would ask if I were to talk to them, not on a panel like that where it was so weird. I mean, it went on for hours and hours of this guy trying to fight with this girl. This girl just said, look, I want nothing to do with you. Well, you prove, and finally, you know, and came down to they were moderating their fight, which was none of our business. It was the best part. I don't know why they wanted to do that in public, but hey, I'll watch. You know, if you go take a dump on your front lawn, I'm going to think it's gross, but I'm going to watch you do it. You know, but they aired it in public, so we got to watch, and at the end, the moderator, there was a moderator, and they said, "Do you, asked her, what do you want?" She goes, "I just want him to leave me the hell alone and never bother me again." Seems reasonable. Asks him, "What do you want?" Like, I want her to go to a psychologist or a whatever. And it's like, what the hell, dude? You lost it, man. You completely lost it here. That was it. It was like, get it. So, anyways, it was strange. That's all I have to say. It was strange. So I hope you enjoyed the Taco Bell freeze review, and I hope you enjoyed the fact that I spilt it on myself, because I didn't. Someone should enjoy it. All right, folks, have a good day, and remember, semen does not carry the coronavirus. So party on.